Welcome back to my channel. Everything is super peachy, right? This is a continuation of the patriarchy does not exist. Please listen, taking into consideration everything I am about to say and everything you're about to see.
To decide, is a bikini contest really about the bikini? Or is it about the contestant that's wearing it? Or is it a combination of both? From all the experience I've acquired over the years, I think bikini contests started out being just about the bikini.
This is a YouTuber who um, basically been putting out and everything that he's documented as a videographer for multiple things, including bikini contests. And you, I'm gonna show you the progression of how things have started from a pretty sane um, display without the patriarchy to what we're dealing with right now. And I think you'll come to the conclusion that I have, that the patriarchy does not exist.
The girl with the best bikini won. Back then, most of the bikinis were the same style with full bottoms and a few different styles when it came to the top. Keep in mind, bikinis are two-piece, and no one-piece swimsuits were allowed. I once saw a girl get booed off the stage because she wore a one-piece in a bikini contest. In the late 1970s, the higher-cut string bikini.
Now you saw the bikini contest started from one pieces, and they're actually oldie timey pictures of the one piece, which they were equivalent to a potato sack. But this is around the 60s or 70s that this is from. And the name of the YouTube channel is One Photographer's Life. Yeah, check him out if you're just want to get some more viewing of what we could consider the very natural expression of wanting to be seen, wanting to be rewarded for what you are displaying as you are wanting to be seen.
Bottom style emerged, and the contestants started competing in them. If you had 10 girls on stage wearing the full bottoms, and one girl shows up in a bikini with strings on the side pulled up to her waist, she would win, because she had the best bikini and stood out from the rest.
Standing out from the rest, which is how predominantly it was determined who won. Wasn't necessarily the face. Yeah, did lean on the body, but it wasn't necessarily the face. It was the bikini worn and how it looked on said body, not necessarily the face.
Her bikini made the difference, and the contest truly was about the bikini. After that, all the contestants were wearing string bikinis pulled high on the waist. When they're all wearing basically the same style bikini, it becomes more about the girl wearing it. The serious contestants were always seeking an advantage, so the bikini styles continued to evolve as the girls sought to.
Always looking for the advantage to get ahead when everybody started moving from, the regular high-waisted full coverage ish bikinis to eventually the string bikinis. Everybody started fighting for the advantage in the same type of bikini.
Gain an edge on the competition. By the time the 90s rolled around, girls were wearing the slingshot style suits, which technically could be considered a one-piece, but I never saw a girl get disqualified or booed off the stage for wearing one. The slingshot was also one of my favorite styles to come out of the swimsuit style evolution. It was
Much of the type of bikinis worn by loop dancers for anybody of a certain age.
practically impractical for just hanging out at the beach, and I don't ever remember seeing a girl wearing one on the beach, but the slingshot was definitely a crowd favorite in bikini contests.
So, what was once specifically for bikini contests, you're going to see eventually things move from bikini contests to everywhere.
Which is what it was designed for. After the slingshot came the microkinis and the teardrop style, which put bikini contests at the limit as to what was considered public decency.
The limit of public decency. So there was a line as far as what could be accepted for family viewing, in so many words.
As a result, many of those contests that were held in public were discontinued to make the events more family oriented. I've watched as the bikini styles evolved from full granny panty bottoms to the teardrop as the contestants continued to push the limits to gain an edge on the competition. So in that respect, the bikini contest was more about the bikini than it was about the looks of the contestant.
So what you had on was more important than the actual wearer.
To help prove that point, I'll add that I've been to a few homemade bikini contests that were always held in bars and nightclubs. Contestants competed in something that they had to make themselves, and it was supposed to resemble a bikini. I saw bikinis made out of dollar bills and purple Crown Royal bags and even seashells. One girl made a bikini out of Budweiser bottle caps and monofilament fishing line. I saw one made out of popcorn, but the wildest one of all was a girl that came out in a bikini made of whipped cream. The flaw in her design was the whipped cream didn't hold up well under the hot stage lights. The MC tried to keep her on stage as long as he could, much to the delight of the crowd, but she bailed before the reveal. She definitely won the contest and came back.
And I might as well address this now. Go ahead and get it out of your system. Oh, this is about European beauty standards. No, it is not. This is about what it took at a certain point in time to get the attention of people, specifically men, at one point in time. And we're going to address how things have spun completely out of control, because this, compared to today's standards, is easy to swallow compared to what's going on now. And this is outside of the patriarchy, because no father or husband in mass would endorse and push for their daughters or wives to participate in these contests.
On stage to collect her cash while wrapped in a towel. Sorry I don't have any video of those contests because the nightclub didn't allow video cameras. But the point I'm trying to make is the homemade bikini contest was truly about who had the best bikini, and not about who was the best looking contestant. If it was a beauty contest, a different girl would have definitely won in many instances. From my experience, very rarely did the best looking girl win in a boring bikini over a contestant less striking in looks, but wearing a much better bikini. Generally speaking, I'd say the bikini was the most judged, followed by stage presentation, and then overall looks of the contestant. That would be a proper bikini contest. It gets a bit messed up when a swimwear company sponsors the bikini contest, and all the contestants are forced to wear one of the bikinis from their line.
So it was the loss of uniqueness that became problematic when someone would sponsor these contests, because you wanted to see them express themselves in a way that made them stand out. And this is where things have evolved to from bikini contests. Isn't that tiring? Isn't that tiring? You went from regular bikinis, micros, and teardrops to now, on top of that, this extra performative just to get the same type of attention that was once got in just a bikini. The fact that things have evolved from the first clip to the second clip, in part or in whole, is the byproduct of there not being a patriarchy. The fact that women have went from putting on full bikinis to lesser and lesser materials to now they're doing all these extras just to get the same attention. And remember, they once said that this would not have been tolerated as far as a line of decency. But now this is every day. There is no, oh well, we're going to have to do this, in a hole in the wall or in a closed off bar and so on and so forth. This is every day out and open. This is considered. This is under the guise of fashion, where this is just nudity. I mean, not seeing the giblets, the quote unquote personal parts, but are you really not? I mean, how is this winning for y'all? Nobody who views this will ever forget what you look like. I mean, it's kind of a time capsule for some of y'all. Y'all can find this because this is forever. You can kind of look back and say, well, what I used to look like in your prime, but at such a huge cost. I don't see the upside to this. But again, how does this exist under a patriarchy? Almost complete nudity, but there's a patriarchy. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I mean, things have gone so far out of whack to where women are committing just the ultimate sin on themselves in order to get the same attention which was granted
Tried to decide
here.
is a big.
Aujourd'hui aussi, c'est un autre jour. Là. Le monde part en couille. Non. J'ai du mal à imaginer ces trucs-là. J'ai même pas fini avec les filles. C'est les garçons qui maintenant qui... Oh.
But isn't this tiring? Everybody is competing in some shape or form to get the attention that was once gotten in a two-piece. No tattoos, no bright colors, just the body, bikini, oil, keep it moving. But this is outside of a patriarchy. Because again, no father or husband in mass would say, yes, go out and do this. Now, I'm not 100% sure whether or not this is fake or not, but I'm thinking it's fake.
Aujourd'hui aussi, c'est un autre jour. Le monde part en couille. Non.
I try not to let the YouTube algorithm kind of pin me down because I don't want to be caught in an echo chamber, and I happen to stumble upon this. I'm not gonna even lie, I was caught off guard. I had not never, outside of watching a ballet or a dance contest, not the Dancing with the Stars stuff, but real ballroom and so on and so forth, I have not seen just general everyday females moving like this. And what I was struck by was there wasn't a bunch of wild movements like this. There was no wild movements. It was pretty tame, pretty easy to follow. I mean, the looks on the face, very, very, very controlled. No misunderstandings of, are they mad? Are they angry? That crunk face. It's just easy to look at. And again, don't talk about European beauty standards. It had nothing to do with that. Actually, with the dresses that they're wearing, I'll even go to say so far as to say that they actually give you something to look forward to if you were to pursue them after they got off the floor. Again, I talked to you, and because there isn't an abundance of their shape being flaunted for any and everybody to see, you actually have something to look forward to. There's a large degree of anticipation of, oh, when I seal the deal, per se, not saying anything about these young ladies in particular, but I'm saying with the attire that they're wearing, there's actually something to look forward to. What kind of hips do they have? The thighs, the back, there's actually something to look forward to. This is about as close as you can get to see what would be under a patriarchy. Never mind, you don't see tattoos, no tattoos on the neck, and her arms are out. There's no tattoos running up and down her arm. You're trying to see, well, what does it say, or is it a name? Is it a giraffe? Is it a haiku? You can actually look them over and take them in, as opposed to being consumed with, oh, I can see the shape of this, I can see the curvature of that. There's actually looking them over and figuring out, is this something that you would want to pursue? I find it refreshing, considering this. This has gotten to be too much, and I grew up with Two Live Crew and Splack Pack and all them other groups with their dancers. So I'm not I'm not what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not blind to what this is for. To get attention and so on and so forth. But this is head and toes as a man of my age to gaze upon. To just see someone actually be able to look them in their face, actually look them over, actually be caught up in them and not what they have on, what they are shoving in someone's face. You can actually look them over, and again, I'm just talking about the tired. They could be 18, 19, 20 years old. Well, I'm just talking about their presence that is being displayed. Of any age, woman can be repeated, replicated in just the movements and the feminine way that they move in the room. I don't know, but again, I was totally confused when I first saw this. I didn't know how to process this because I had been so beat over the head with this as normal, as every day. Gaze upon thee in any way, shape, or form, regardless. It's tiring to view, and it's got to be tiring to you. This is another example I came across. You're not so caught up in the boobs in your face and popping the thigh pocket and throwing the butt, and then you see the little girl come in there, and you're not like, oh, because you're so accustomed to seeing the icy spices and the something reds doing what they do. You've seen the video of the little girls dancing and singing the lyrics. I mean, it's disturbing. But when you see isn't this great to be able to see kids dancing in a way that is not suggestive? I mean, it's refreshing. The constant bombardment of kids dancing, and as we all know, dancing is a generally symbolizing acts that happen with adults. It's refreshing to see kids dancing like that. Ooh, do I have to turn away, or do I have to stop the video, or what have you? Because it's something that you don't want to see children doing. Why is her mother letting her dance like that? Why is her father encouraging his son to dance with that woman like that, or dance with that girl like that? This does not happen in other places to this degree, to where it's just all day, every day. Because there is no patriarchy to fight. This is pushed. This is pushed to such a large degree to where you cannot believe that there's a patriarchy. You cannot say there's a patriarchy holding me down. There's a patriarchy restricting my body. There's a patriarchy holding me down. Where? Where is a patriarchy? How do you see a patriarchy when that is every day? That is on YouTube. There, you can go to see that if you choose to. I don't know if you can go to see it, but you can try to go to see that. That and things similar. The fashion shows have gotten ridiculous. Again, there has to be a certain degree of exhaustion. And that exhaustion is a byproduct that there is no patriarchy. When you have to put yourself out here like this, constantly trying to create content, as if you are able in any way, shape, or form to monopolize the people who will see you. Trying to create content to consistently be in the eye of the internet. This is what you want to do. This is an option that you feel is the best thing to do, considering finite amount of time you can do it and actually generate the type of money that you feel you deserve. The constant bombardment of just turned 18, maybe got a fake ID 17, maybe don't care if they get caught 16, coming up behind you consistently every day. Who are the fathers saying they want to see their daughters like that? Who are the husbands that say, baby, please, I just want everybody to see what I have, what I come home to? I mean, they're putting content together for the express purpose of trying to get you to go to their websites, for the express purpose of trying to get you to spend money on them. How is there a patriarchy? Who are the fathers that said, young lady, please, you got a great pair of legs, you got a nice body, I need you to go out there and try to get as much money as you can. I want the world to see you. I want the world to see you in all your glory and do little things like this. It's called the pen drop test. This has to be tiring because it's repeatable. No, there is no moat that would prevent any other female younger than her or even older than her from doing the same thing. But there's a patriarchy. This type of competition does not exist in a patriarchy. This is tiring. This is tiring to view. This is tiring for individuals like her to try their best to get as much attention as possible for as long as possible, because we all know, because the market is oversaturated, much like a liquor store on every corner, a fast food restaurant on every corner, a nail salon on every corner. There is no, oh, I'm going to capitalize on this and get I'm going to get the bag from everybody. It's too simple. It's basic. This is basic. Outfit, in relative shape, camera, and this is this is tiring. This is tiring for you to believe that this is better than living up under a patriarchy is borderline insanity, in my opinion. Y'all are struggling, fighting for nickels, pennies, and maybe dimes. No quarters, no 50-cent pieces, no bills. And this is the byproduct of that there is no patriarchy to speak of. I remember when I was younger, it was either on Ripley's Believe It or Not, That's Incredible, or maybe a circus or something. And the first time I saw a contortionist, I was in awe because I had never seen it before. I just didn't understand how somebody could be that limber or flexible and piqued interest as a little boy, young lad. But the influx of women just putting together just these nonsensical videos as if they're unique. It's rather depressing. It's like that's all you got going for you is to show that you are so limber that you can do this. And yes, I put a blur on it because just crotch shots it's tiring. There's nothing special about being able to do this. As we can see, they're everywhere, constantly putting out content as if they are one in a million, when we know that they are not. This has to be tiring too. Either the maintaining of their flexibility so they can do this, or trying to find new angles, new wardrobe, new venues to display this. It used to be special. It used to be special because I remember the audience as I was watching it, either live or on TV or whatever. There was just oohs and ahs. But this is not special anymore. This has to be tiring too. To do all this extra. This extra, I've seen probably about 15 of these different videos like this. Why are you doing this in the gym? Why are you going out of your way to take up equipment to show your limberness and your strength, as if that means anything? There's no patriarchy. There's no patriarchy that is just saying just throw your crotch in any and everybody's face. There's no patriarchy. This is ridiculous to want to believe, oh, we gotta fight the patriarchy when women are doing this. Come on, stop. Over there, over there. That there are negative aspects to the patriarchy, but this, what y'all are doing is just proving that y'all need the patriarchy more than y'all want to believe. I mean, again, went from this little to no work. Little to no work to get the oohs and ahs, the cheering, the eyeballs to say, yes, you are it, you are desirable, you are wanted. This is all you needed to do at one point in time. to this. Same degree of attention is being put forth, but all of this extra. From, again, this was all that was required. And for those of you who say, oh, well, this is 2020, whatever, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Except the amount of competition that is out there and the willingness to go to any lengths to get attention. And you do not have to do that under a patriarchy. You do not have to do this under a patriarchy. And, you know, some of these individuals may not be into heterosexual relationships, okay, but there are women who are and seek, and they do this or come close to this. This is not necessary under a patriarchy. Crazy as it may seem, this is not necessary. That's the problem. There is no winning. There is no winning doing it like this. Again, there is no patriarchy. This is why y'all have spun out of control. Y'all spun out of control to the detriment of yourselves because there is no patriarchy. Anyway, again, it's part 2. There are going to be more before I start speaking of the positives and how they affect you and your security, your safety, longevity. Don't care about the happiness. Comes in spurts. Food, water, shelter. Safe place to sleep. Safe place to raise your family. Everything else, that's extra. Even in today's societal, even in today's society. Nothing has changed from when we were living on the shores. Nothing has changed from when we were hunters, gatherers, nomads. Nothing has changed. Anyway, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting if you feel contrary to what I have just said. Thank you.